朋友，你们好，欢迎你们到德伟老师的中文教室。Hello, friendly friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Teacher David. 我就是德伟老师。And I have a master's degree in religious studies from the University of California at Santa Barbara. Also, a bachelor's degree in Mandarin Chinese with honors from UCSB. And I've traveled a little bit in China and Taiwan, and I'm here to help you learn some Chinese and to share some of my Chinese language and culture experience with you all. Well, guess what? It's Measure Word Monday! Woohoo! The first of a series of Measure Word Mondays on which we will discuss Chinese measure words. What is a measure word? Well, it's like saying, one piece of paper. When you, quantify a noun with a number, in Chinese, you use a measure word. So if you're saying, one book, or 3 dogs, and 2 cats, 6 dictionaries, right? Oh, like a pair of scissors, right? In English, that's what we say, right? A pair of pants. Okay, now we're cooking. But obviously we don't say one something of pen. We don't do that in English. But in Chinese, you do. One pen. You need a measure word in there. So we're gonna discuss 5 useful measure words. There are many, 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 many measure words. And the first one we're going to learn is a very generic measure word. And there are correct usages of that measure word. But it's also a measure that if you don't know Chinese very well, you can kind of hack it by using this general measure word for everything. And, people will understand what you're trying to do, but it will also be pretty telling as to your level of education. And there's so many things like that in Chinese where, you can hack your way through it, but if you're getting the tones wrong, it just comes through immediately. If you have a little bit of a hitch in your get along, it's going to come through immediately. If you're misusing, a grammar construct, or if you're misusing your measure words, it comes through immediately, and people are going to understand your level of education, and respect is kind of meted out accordingly, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So if you can speak, more learned Chinese, you're going to get the respect that comes along with it. So that's why we want to go slow. We want to learn. We want to really practice our tones and get our pronunciation down. We also want to learn the correct measure word for each, for different groups of nouns. So it is helpful when you're learning vocabulary to learn the measure words that go along with your vocab. So we're going to start that today on Measure Word Monday. Exciting. It's Monday. We have measure words. Measure Word Monday. Okay, cool. Well, let's discuss some measure words, and maybe at the end, if Jimmy's good, we'll reward you all with a little game. And I forgot to delete my viddies at the beginning of this, so I hope the viddy doesn't conk out in the middle. If it does, this will be a two-part series. So anyway, the first measure that we want to discuss, this is our super general measure word, is ge. And it's used for, like I said, it's a general measure word, but it also has, a specific correct uses, like 一个人. What does 人? We already learned that, right? R-E-N, second tone, person. 一个人, 两个人, 三个人, right? We learned our numbers. 一二三四五六七八九十十一十二. Remember? So we learned our numbers. Now we don't know we don't know very many nouns, but we're going to learn a few more today, and we're going to learn the measures that go along with them. And like I said, the first one is ge. So 一个人一个月 one month, right? 一个东西 repeat after me. 东西东西 D-O-N-X-I, first tone neutral, I believe. 一个月一个人一个东西 It also, like if you're asking how many, you could say 几个. Remember, 今天几月几号今天几月几日 right? So this is the same 几. It's like how many, right? 几个几个有几个有一个. So 有几个 is how many. 有一个 would be one. So I could say, 你家里有几个东西? How many things are in your house? See, why? Too many things, I don't know. 太多东西了. Anyway, that's how 一年有几个月? How many months are in a year? 一年有几个月? 一年有 how many? Jimmy? 12. Good. 12个月. Good. So interestingly, if you said 12月, what's that? That's December, right? The 12th month. But 一年有12个月. So if we're, again, so we're classifying 月, we're quantifying it, right? So you need that measure word. Okay, good. 一个沙发. Shafa is a couch or a sofa, like in your living room. Okay, second one. This one is fun because it's for small animals. And it's zhi, Z-H-I, first tone. And I apologize, I got confused on them. I confused two measure words. There's a zhi and a zhi. And I confused the tones on them. So, my mistake, I apologize. 一只狗. What is that? Remember that? 一只狗. One dog. Good. You could also say, now repeat after me. 鸟. 鸟. 鸟 is bird. So a G is a chicken. G. So you could say 一只鸡,一只狗. What about, does anybody know how to say cat? Jimmy, do you know how to say cat? 猫. Good. Good job. 一只猫,一只猫,一只鸡,一只狗. 山羊 is like a mountain goat. 山羊, shan is mountain, S-H-A-N first tone. Yang is Y-A-N-G second tone. 山羊，一只山羊。Yang by itself is sheep. So, 三只羊。九, remember what is 九? The number 9, right? 九只山羊。九只羊。Repeat after me. 九只羊。九只羊。Right? Good. 兔子 rabbit. 兔子。一只兔子。Right? 四只兔子。Oops, I bumped my camera. Am I still there? I hope so. Okay, good. Okay, the next one, we're doing 5 measure words today. So hope you brought your water. I have mine. Yummy, yummy iced coffee. It's not water, it's coffee. I told a fib. It's coffee. 不是水，是咖啡。一杯咖啡。1 cup of coffee. We're not doing that one today, but 杯 is B-E-I first tone. It's a measure word for a cup. Fun, fun, fun. Measure word fun. Measure word Monday. Told you. Well worth the price of admission, party people. Where are we? Where were we? 本 is the measure word for books or magazines. So, 书, S-H-U first tone is books. And so how many books would be 几本书. That book would be 那本书. Which book would be 哪本书? 哪本书 or 哪本书? 哪本书 would be how many? Which book? Sorry. N-A third tone. B-E-N second tone. S-H-U first tone. 哪本书 is how it's pronounced, right? This first third becomes a second tone. 哪本书? Which book? 最重要的书是哪本书? 哪一本书? So you'd kind of put a like a 哪一 kind of becomes a 哪一本书? 最重要的 the most important book is 哪一本书? 哪一本书?本 also used for magazine. 杂志 Repeat after me. 杂 Remember that? That's Z-A second tone. That would be D-Z. I know you don't know that word, but I know you know the D-Z sound. We're working on it. 杂 What tone is that? Second tone, right? 志 Z-H-I fourth tone. 杂志 Did I say second? Yeah, I did. 一本杂志 one magazine. 杂志 is magazine. 一本杂志 Okay. 一本书,一本书. Also, dictionary. 词典,词典. C-I. Second tone, I believe. And Dian, D-I-A-N, third tone. 词, that's our T-S sound. Remember that? 词典,词典 is dictionary. 这本词典不错. It's not bad. This dictionary is not bad. Whoa. 这本词典很重. It's very heavy. 这本词典又大又重. Not only, this is yo. Not only is it big, it's also heavy. Yo, not only, but also. 这本词典不但大，而且蛮重. Not only, but also. Those are two examples of really awesome grammatical constructions, and we're going to get into that. Maybe we need like a Grammar Wednesday. But yo, it's like this and also that. Not only, but wait, 不但而且 is not only but also. So 不但大而且很重. Yo大又重 is also it's it's very similar, kind of like not only but also. It's this and that. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. 一本书, 一本词典, 一本杂志, 小说, like 小 like little, and 说 like 说话 to speak. 小说 is novel. 一本小说, 一本小说, 一本小说. One novel. 三本小说, 四本小说, 五本小说, 六本小说, 七本小说. You get the picture, party people. 本. Okay. Wow, that was only number 3. My goodness. Okay, now what are we doing? 这 and 本 and 张. Our next one is 张. Z-H-A-N-G, first tone. And it's for flat things, like a sheet of paper. 一张纸. Z-H-I, third tone. Also used for a desk. 桌子. Z-H-U, first tone. Z-I, neutral. 桌子. 一张桌子. 一张桌子. 三张桌子. 九张桌子. 9 desks. Where would we have 9 desks? Well, in a classroom. In 德伟老师的教室. 教室就是 classroom. Okay. 张. What else are we going to use it for? Oh, a ticket. Like a ticket, like a movie ticket or a train ticket, is 票. P-I-A-O, fourth tone. 一张票 would be one ticket. Okay, good. And we'll do one more, which is, do we have it? Where did it go? I know we have it. Oh, there it is. We're going to do, this isn't like one of the most common ones, but I wanted to use it because I thought it's very common actually, but maybe wouldn't have been one of the first ones I picked, except for I want to use it with 桌子. Because if you have 桌子, right, you need 椅子, which are chairs. And 一把椅子 is one chair. So 把 is, oddly enough, 把 is for things, most typically is for things with handles. Like a spoon, which is, I thought, I always use 汤匙. Maybe that's like for a big one. But 勺子 is, I believe, another word for spoon that I heard used. So, 一把勺子. I thought I used 汤匙. Anyway, 叉子 fork. 一把叉子. 一把刀 D-A-O. First tone is knife. 一把刀 one knife. 三把刀 四把刀 五把刀. 勺子. So we'll go with this one. We'll go with, and then let's add one more though. So we have 椅子, right? That's chair, right? So, 八把椅子 would be what? 八, what's the number? 8, right? And then 把, the measure word, is third tone, and 椅子 is third tone and neutral tone, right? So the first one, the measure word is going to change to a second tone. 一把椅子, 三把椅子, 四把椅子. Difficult or easy? Don't worry. We're going to go back over it and do a little practice at the end. So don't sweat it. But you're getting the idea, right? You're getting the idea of how how we use these measure words a little bit. You're getting your toes wet. And we mentioned tone practice, right? And going slow and getting the tones right. And it's interesting with some of these tone changes and stuff that I'm a little out of practice. So it's not just flowing from me completely naturally as it once did. But what's interesting is I still have that sort of innate, like, does it sound right? So sometimes I'm saying things and then I'm going, wait, like when I confuse the two measure words for animals and for pens and pencils and stuff like that. I got the tones messed up. I was getting confused with we just learned the measure word for animals, right? What was it? Z-H-I, first tone, right? And the way that is written is actually pronounced another way in Chinese. Again, I don't want to get off too tangentially, as I have a tendency to do. Anyway, 一把椅子, one chair. Another good one is, remember our 一, u, yu sound, right? 下雨 is to rain. 下雨了, wow, it just started raining. That's a great use of the 了 particle when something just started. But really has a million uses, most commonly just to indicate past tense. 下雨了 is, wow, it just started raining. 下雨了, feel the first drops. But 雨, 一乌雨, third tone is rain. Can you say that? 雨. And then san, S-A-N, third tone, is, remember our Hua Xiang San paraglider? We saw paragliders at the beach. That's why we learned that. But san is like an umbrella or like a parasail, or most commonly like an umbrella or what's the name? Anyway. Yusan is umbrella. So let's stick with that, right? So, 一把雨伞, one umbrella, because it has a handle, right? 四把雨伞. And then 把 is third tone, and 雨伞 is third. So the first one would change to a second. 一把雨伞. So second, third is the way it's pronounced. Although when you write it, you just write it third. 九把雨伞 would be what? 9 umbrellas. 12把雨伞. 12 umbrellas. I don't know why you'd need 12 umbrellas, but you never know. So for 椅子 and 雨伞 and 牙刷 is a toothbrush. 刷牙 is to brush your teeth. 你刷牙了没有? 你刷牙了没有, Jimmy? 刷牙. 你刷牙了没有? 没有. 怪不得. No wonder. Jimmy, I should talk. Anyway, I brushed my teeth already. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Don't be cheeky, as my granny used to say. Okay. 牙刷, 勺子, spoon, 叉子, fork, 刀, knife, 椅子, chair. We're going to all use the measure word ba. So those are the 5 measure words that we're going to use today. So last time we discussed reduplicative verbs just a teeny bit. And we used the construction 有没有. Do you remember that? 有没有. It means have, not have. But that's how we ask, 你有没有书? Remember that? Do you have a book? 你有没有2本书? Do you have 2 books? 你家里, 家 is house or home. 你家里有没有桌子? Do you have any tables in your house? 有. Right? That's the shortcut. 有. 我家里有桌子. Question. 你家里有几张桌子? What does that mean? 你家里有桌子吗? 你家里到底有几张桌子? After all, how many tables does your house have? 我家里只有, it only has, 3张桌子. I only have 3 tables in my home. Anyway, so you could use that 有没有 to ask 你桌子上你桌子上 is on your desk. 有没有字典? Is there a dictionary on your desk? 你桌子上有没有词典? Jimmy, 你桌子上有没有词典? 有。你桌子上有几本词典? 你桌子上有几本词典? How many dictionaries, are on your desk, Jimmy? And Jimmy might say, 我桌子上只有 only has. 我桌子上只有一本词典. There's only one dictionary on my desk. Excuse me. Let's see. So, good. Let's okay. So if I say 几个, that's how many, right? 几本 would be how many for something that would, like a book or a dictionary, right? Or a magazine, right? If I want to say this one, I can use 这 or 这本书, this book, or 这本词典, this dictionary, right? I can use NA third tone, 哪, which is like which or yeah. So like 哪本书最好? Which book is the best? 最 is ZUI fourth tone. That's our DZ sound. 哪本书最好? Which book is the best? 那本书最好. NA fourth tone. 那本书最好. Or you could say 那本书最好. Okay, good. So, I know that's a lot. Let's review just for a sec. Okay. So the first one we learned was ga. That's GE, neutral tone. That's our general classifier. 一个人, right? One person. 一个东西, one thing. Oh, I forgot to tell you this one. It's also used in some expressions, but one expression that is common, especially if you like go on a first date, right? You might say, 我们各付各的吧. 各付各. 付钱 is to pay money. 各付各 is like, we'll each pay our part. 我们各付各的吧. Let's split the bill. Let's each pay our part. So 各付各 is each pay each. That's an expression in Chinese. 几个 how many? 一个沙发 one sofa. 3个月 3 months. 4个月 5个月 9个月 12个月 1年有12个月. Remember, 1 month has 12. I'm sorry, 1 year has 12 months. Okay. The second one we discussed was zhi, ZHI, first tone, and it's used most commonly for small animals or animals and pets and the like 狗 dog, 猫 cat, 鸟 bird, 小鸟 a little bird, 小鸟，兔子 a rabbit, 山羊 mountain goat, 羊 sheep, right? So that's 只 for small animals. 个 was the general classifier, right? 只 small animals. The third one we learned was 本, and that's for books and dictionaries and the like, right? 词典 书 杂志 what was that one? Do you remember? Magazine 杂志小说 is a novel, little recreational reading. Okay, the next one we learned was 张 Z-H-A-N-G first tone, and that was for flat things. 一张桌子 3张桌子 desk, right? 一张纸 12张纸 12 sheets of paper 11张纸 11 sheets of paper. Also, 床 a bed. 这张床那张床 that bed. 这张床 this bed. 3张床纸 paper and 票 like a ticket. 一张票两张票两张票 Remember, when we count, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But we don't say 二张. No, we don't. We say 两张票两张纸两张桌子 Good. And then the last one, 把 B a third tone, right? 一把椅子 right? One chair. 五把椅子 5 chairs. Also for 牙刷 toothbrush. 刀 knife. 叉子 fork. 勺子 spoon. Well, shall we play a little game? Let's try it. So, my idea is we're going to roll the dice. We're going to get a number. Then let's shuffle up our little flashcards here. Game show music. That's Jeopardy, right? That should be when we're waiting. What's another? The Price is Right. I don't remember the music. Game show music. Insert game show music here. Okay, you ready? So that means I think we need So we're gonna draw one of these cards. We're gonna roll the dice, and you're gonna have to make a sentence out of it, Jimmy. I hate to pick on Jimmy, but I think he's the only one in class today that I can pick on. I'll pick on you guys later. Okay, so we're rolling the dice. We got a 7. How do you say 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we pick a random card out of the lot. Da-na-na-na, dee-dee-dee. I think we only need one. La 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 da bum. Whoa! What did we get? Shu. Okay, so we have the number 7. And what is a shu? It's a book. I should do the English first, right? Because we always go from English to Chinese. So, 7 books. How do you say 7 books? What's the measure word? Bun. Good. B-E-N, third tone. So, 7 books. Qi ben shu. Good. Qi ben shu. Qi ben shu. Qi ben shu. 7 books. We did it! Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Good job. Okay, let's roll the dice. Ooh, 11. And random. Do. Watch out. Paper. We got paper. Okay. So the number is 9. How do you say 9? 9. 9. J-I-U, third tone. What is paper? Paper is 纸. 纸. Okay. So what's the measure word, party people, for things that are flat? Like a bed or a desk or a ticket, right? So, 9张, right? Good. 张, Z-H-A-N-G, first tone. 9张纸. Ooh, that has a nice poetic ring to it, doesn't it? 9张纸. Good. We're cooking. So we have 7 again. No repeats. 11. Oh well, we'll go with 11. That's our lucky number. Oh, this time we have a measure word for books or magazines or the like. Right? What is it? Do you remember? 本. So how do you say the number 11? 11. 11. So you just take the number 10 and a 1. That's 11. 11. 本. You have to insert something in there. How would you say magazines, Jimmy? 杂志. Very good. So, 11本杂志. 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 Good. 11 magazines. Okay, let's do a couple more. Number 8. And voila. We already did that one. No repeats. Okay. How do you say month? Do you remember? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Y-U-E, fourth tone, right? And then what's the measure word for month? Do you remember? That's our general classifier measure word. G, right? So how do you say 8 again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? How do you say 8 months? 8个月，8个月，8个月。8月, what does that mean? That's August, isn't it? 8个月 would be 8 months. I don't know why you would need to say that. But we're saying it anyway. Right here in 德伟老师的中文教室. Which reminds me, please subscribe to the channel and like the videos and share them with your friendly friends. It helps me out a ton. Or it may someday. Wouldn't that be nice, party people? Ooh, this is a tough one. We have the measure word for things with handles. Or a chair. Remember that one? Let's roll the dice here. Let's roll 1 die. How about that? Ooh, a 5. Okay. So, how do you say 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? W-U, third tone. What's the measure word for things with a handle? Or we like to use it with chairs most commonly. Very commonly, I should say. Ba. Ba. So can you make how would you say 5 chairs? How would you say 5 chairs? 5把椅子，5把椅子，5把椅子。5把椅子，5把椅子。Let's do one more. That was a tough one, huh? Okay, roll the die. Good. This is a good one to end with. Because it's a tough one. So we have 2. People. Okay, Jimmy, were you paying attention? How do you say 2 people? Very good. Liang, use liang, right? Even though it's 1, 2, 3, 4, if you say 2 of something, you have to say liang, L-I-N-G, third tone, right? Liang. What's the measure word for people? 个. Very good. 2个人，2个人，一个人，2个人，3个人，4个人，5个人，好多人。Lots and lots of people. And with that, party people, I think we're going to roll the dice. Number 5. And say goodbye. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. This is Teacher Dave's Mandarin Chinese classroom. And I am Teacher Dave. And we will see you next time. This has been Measure Word Monday. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I hope you had a good time. I did. And we'll see you next time. Exit. I'm going to exit stage left this time. Thanks. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon. 等一下见。